I think it's recording.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Yep, it says record.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Thank
I
you.
see it in my corner too.
Okay, 4 minutes and counting.
Okay.
Okay.
Marcia, did you make it home?
Yes,
Good.
I did. Safe and sound. Now I'm having my blocks follow me.
I'm going to Pennsylvania maybe this summer.
Oh,
Do you see her teal shirt that says QBS on it?
Uh-huh.
On the back, it says sociopath.
That's awesome.
See,
I love the shirt.
Yeah, they're cute.
I didn't.
So we
order
need 8 of each, is that right?
Yeah.
one. You need
Maybe a couple of extras in case you screw up.
You need 8 of this piece, and you need
Hold it to this camera, Mom.
this camera. You need
Okay,
8 of this
I'm with
one,
you. Got it?
and then the one that I can't find, you need 16 of.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute, 16 of something? Then I didn't cut enough. Where is it?
Yeah.
Because you're
that
gonna
was-
sew
Because
a
you gotta
little
go
one
on each side.
of that.
Oh, the
line.
background fabric one. Okay.
Okay.
This one?
I
That
cut
is
it.
AARP.
How many of these?
Hold it closer to the camera.
I think I have.
8?
Of A, you need 8
Yeah,
of
that's
A
the
and
background.
8 of
AAR.
8 of AR.
That's A reverse and A.
Hey, well, thanks for teaching me what that meant because I did not know.
Oh,
So I
really?
might not have
Okay.
done that right. Well,
How many
What?
in the triangle?
if I had them folded, I guess it made it that way.
Yeah, if they're folded wrong sides together, then when you cut them, you'll cut a reverse with an A and an A reverse at the same time.
Right. And if you had batiks that you were using, it wouldn't matter what side you were using.
That's right.
Okay. You live, you learn. I love it.
Well, if you learn one thing today, I'll be happy.
Yay.
2 minutes and counting. I really have lost that template.
It's on the floor under your feet, or there's something there.
That's it. I'm leaving.
Uh-oh. Bye.
I'm back.
I'm not gonna cut all the pieces. I just wanna,
Get the feel for it.
the one section
need-
of it, maybe 2 sections of it. Yes?
Do I need, how many of these?
The
8.
kite, you're gonna need 8.
And how many of these?
16.
Little one, you're gonna need 16.
Okay, I don't have enough of those.
Your shirt?
Is it making wavy lines?
Yes.
And
Oh, look at that.
I am using scraps, so
I'm gonna test an angle
I don't waste too
it
much
down to your
time.
pieces. See how.
Okay, I started with that. What am I missing?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Okay.
It's 9 o'clock. Shall we start?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could.
yep, go for it.
Welcome to the first ever tutorial video that I've ever done.
Yay.
So,
It's
Yeah.
an honor.
so be kind.
Okay,
We will be kind.
Be kind
I
and
know you will
rewind.
be. Everybody in this group is extremely kind. I love
That's
it.
right. Oh, yep.
I've left a couple of groups because they were just kind of snarky.
Yeah, I don't like snarks.
No, we don't like snarks.
Yeah.
Okay. I posted a new link on the Twisted page that has all of this. Is it upside down?
No, I haven't.
Okay. What?
I can't
You're
see it.
shaking your head. No,
No,
what?
you've scanned it. I haven't posted on the event page.
Oh,
Did you post something earlier?
No, I posted it on the Twisted Star chat page.
Yes.
This
Okay.
should be, all the instructions should be also posted on the video. So
Oh.
Ali's have to help us to download those onto
Yeah.
the video.
Does she
Maybe
need
at
to,
the
do-
end of the, and maybe
does it have
at
to
the
be
end
done
of-
now or later?
Well, as long as it's
If you-
on there, so when other ladies watch the
Okay.
video, they've got the instruction and they've got the
Yeah.
templates.
Okay,
So
I'll
whenever
tell her to
it's
add it.
convenient for her,
Okay.
maybe if we download them right now, then the ladies would be able to cut their pieces
All right,
before
let me
we.
call her. Allie,
That's the HP scan?
That's the
So, yeah.
instruction.
Yeah,
If
All it
it's
does
upside down, tell
Put
me.
in the
We need
video.
you
Hold it
again.
to this camera.
We need you to also figure out how to attach these pieces of paper to this video so that when it records and the other people watch it back, they'll have it. But you can just do it a little
They're
bit.
posted on the group chat.
Posted on the group chat for, they're posted in this, but they need to be also married to that. You need to do that a little bit. You can still do it, but you know how to attach it once it's finished recording, or do you need to do it while it's recording?
It'd be better at the beginning, because then people can get their stuff ready, right?
I don't understand.
All right.
how you-
But
Okay.
I can't do both. I can't look at it and watch this.
Okay, so Sandy says that you have to be the moderator to,
No, she is the
or,
co-host. Allie's the co-host. She's able to do it.
Hi, Tish. Someone has two cameras on.
Yeah. Trying to get the, she's
Oh,
using her
okay.
other device to, she has two audios.
All right, let's go to.
Okay, well, we're gonna try to get these attached. If not, you can go to the chat page and they're listed there and you can print them out. Do not use the one that has the measurements on it that was posted earlier because it's not to scale. The one that I just posted is to scale.
Okay,
All right, so to start, you're going to need for your background fabrics.
Just a minute, Janeane. I
Okay.
just want to say something before we start. We will be muting everybody. Everybody has to be muted. And if you have a question, you have to unmute yourself and then remember to mute yourself back up. Otherwise, it's gonna have too much background and we won't be able to hear Janeane. So I will proceed to mute everybody right now.
okay, perfect. We raise our hand if we need something.
Janeane, you have to unmute yourself now and you'll be the only one that's unmuted. And if you have a question, just unmute yourself, ask the question and remute yourself. Those are the only instructions I have. The floor is yours. You can put your screen on to speaker. If you put your screen on to speaker, then all you see is Janeane. You won't see all the other people that are on there. Okay, I will mute myself now.
There, okay.
All right, can somebody give me a thumbs up? Can you hear me?
I see thumbs up. We're good to go.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna start over. Welcome to the first ever tutorial that I've ever done on video. Okay, so the instructions are posted on the chat page. If you have not printed them out, they are there. You can print them later if you want to just listen in for right now. The fabric requirements for the background fabric, fabric 1, is a cut that's with the fabric, and it is 2 3/8 inches wide. Your second fabric, this is all I've got, it's not with the fabric, but it's 2 inches wide, and that is for your template piece B. Next, you will need, for the large points, you can choose to have 2 fabrics or just 1. I've chosen 2. This is fabric 3 and 4. That's a 4 3/8 inch square, and you will cut that on the diagonal to make triangles. This is directional. If you're going to use a directional fabric, you're going to need twice as many squares to cut, because once you cut the diagonal line across here, some of your lines will go straight horizontally and some will go vertically. So because this is directional, I need not just 2 squares, but 4 squares. Then you're going to need 1 square. That is the center octagon. That's fabric 5. It is 5.5 inches square. You can cut the octagon either with a template or you can measure the corners and cut those off. We'll get to that in a few minutes. And then the last piece you need is, again, 2 squares, 4 3/8 inches. You'll cut those on the diagonal to get 4 corner squares to finish off your project. All right, I'm going to show you how to cut the first two pieces in case there's any confusion. Okay, Keely, can you angle it down? We're looking at white fabric, so I'm not sure we'll be able to see all this. This is your A or your A.
Yeah.
Somewhere
You're good right
there. A or A reverse. If you have a fabric that has a right side, wrong side, you'll want to be sure if it's folded that you have wrong sides together so that you can cut all the pieces reversed. Okay, so it's got a straight of grain arrow on it.
Yep. You're on.
Right there. So we're going to lay that right against the edge of the fabric. On the straight. I'll play like I'm Jenny Doan or Donna Jordan or one of those TV people.
Janine, you muted yourself. We can't hear you.
What was the last thing you heard? I'm frozen. Okay,
We
I'll
were
do this
able
one.
to see. So
I'll do it one more time so you can hear me. This piece will fit together so there's no waste. If you keep the straight of grain going. So that it's at the top or the bottom, and the short side will be always in the center. Okay, is there any question about how to cut those pieces? Raise your hand or
Unmute and ask.
unmute and ask now.
I want to know how to get the screen bigger so I can only see her.
okay, you go to the left of your screen. I don't know if you're on a computer or what.
I am.
And it'll show speaker only. It says switch to gallery view or speaker only. It's got a whole bunch of little squares.
Oh, I don't see that.
Move your cursor around so you'll see if things are light up. On my tablet, it's on
Oh,
the left.
now I don't even see you. Oh,
You have a computer?
yes.
Hit the go back button.
Where's that?
Up in the left-hand side, love.
I don't know.
There. Go ahead, put your all information back in again. Well,
No, we can see her. She's still on.
Yeah, you can see me, but I can't see you, and I panic when this happens. It's
no,
what?
okay.
You're still on. You're not out. You're on. You probably minimized it.
I don't know what I did. I need Allie over here.
That would be nice if we all had an alley.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a Keely.
All right. Now what again? What did you say to do?
Okay. So do you see anything that says switch to speaker only? It would be, I think, on the left of your screen. or gallery view or?
No, but I see, let me try this, maximize. I can see, all right, this will be fine. I can see
Okay.
it better. I had it on a small screen, now I can see the whole thing. Thank
Okay,
you.
if you click
All
on
right.
Janeane, she might get bigger.
Okay. Janie, be sure and mute yourself again. Okay, now we're getting ready to cut template B. You'll take your 2-inch strip and you're going to do the same thing. It has a straight of grain line on it. Okay, ignore the straight of grain line. You're going to put the long side against the long cut side of your fabric.
Feel like you've got your fabric strip folded.
And my fabric strip is folded, so I'm cutting 2 at a time. By the way, I love this because when I let go, it covers the blade. Ta-da! I don't have to remember to do that. And then again, turn it so that it fits into the corner. We need background music. Although that gets really annoying sometimes when you're trying to watch someone and they have on music. Okay, has everybody got the idea of how to cut those? There's very little waste if you do it this way and line it up on your 2-inch strip. And you just keep going till you cut 4 double pieces because this is your smaller point. So I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So we'll set those aside and set those aside. Now we're going to sew these pieces together. Can you angle it at the sewing machine? You're going to take the long side right here. I feel like Vanna White. And the short side, right sides together. When you line them up, you're going to have a little notch right here. Don't know if you can see that. Is that better? Which is at your 1/4-inch line. And you'll have the same thing at the bottom. You'll have a little, well, you should have, I cut my corners off, a little notch right here, which is a 1/4-inch line. This is the exciting part.
Can you repeat that before you start sewing?
I'll do the next one. You're going to put right sides together. The long side of part B to the short side of part A. And you're going to have a 1/4-inch seam, so it will be like a little notch, little dog ears at the top and bottom, where your 1/4-inch line will be when you put your needle in. I'll do a couple of those just to show you how they go.
You actually lay them together on the table, the way
Okay.
the edges that go together.
Okay, there's B. And here is A. My fat fingers don't want to work, but. Get a B and an A. I'm using a white on white that actually does have a wrong side and a right side, but you can't tell it on camera, I'm sure. The blue is a batik, so it doesn't matter. Can we mute the dog? That's my dog. Okay, does everybody get how those are laid together? Okay. Do I need to sew some more of those, or did you see how to sew them? Okay. So when you sew all of these together, you're going to have units. Ta-da, ta-da. I have all my stacks of good stuff over here that look like this. And you're going to iron press to the dark side. Your seam is pressed to the dark side. Sounds like Star Wars. So you'll end up with 8 pieces that look like, actually, this is the upside, like that. Okay. After you sew all of 8 of these, then you're going to start sewing your A reverse to these. You'll do the same thing. The long side here goes with the short side of A reverse right here. You love a well, did I say that already? A well-oiled machine. I'm gonna do a couple here so I can get them through the machine. And you want to be sure that your dog ear hangs over the edge right there so that when you sew it and turn it, you'll have a nice even line. Okay, so after you've sewn that together and you open it up, you have that. Makes me think of a manta ray, but your line at the bottom should be even all the way across. So it's a nice straight line. And again, you're going to press to the dark. So when you get all of those put together, you will have units that look like this. And you should have 8 of these units pressed together. And the seams are all pressed to the back towards the dark. Any questions about that? Please unmute and ask.
I'm not with you
You're not with me. Okay, where did I lose you?
at the beginning of how you line those 2 guys up. Because mine are the opposite colors, and I think that's why my brain is playing tricks on me.
Lay them out kind of like this and then flip it over, maybe. Like this piece laid out how it'll go and then flip it.
Okay. You're going to lay your pieces.
Okay, let me try that. Okay, like that. And then the short side of the B.
And then you'll flip it onto it.
Do you have it laid out like that, Honor?
Yeah, it looks better now.
And then you just flip it over,
Put it over to sew it, and then you sewed it with a scant quarter.
a scant quarter. Be
And so
sure
you
you
have a little bit overhang on the both ends. Okay,
yes.
okay. Maybe I just need to try it now.
Okay,
Good
let's
try.
all, if you've got your pieces cut, go ahead and sew a few and see if you got it.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna mute myself back up now if I can figure out how.
All right.
Okay.
If you want to sew a few pieces or just kind of ramble for a minute.
Okay. I'm gonna just go ahead and press the ones that I just sewed. Bye again. I have to lean out of the camera frame.
I moved it to keep you in.
You guys probably already know a trick to ironing to the dark side is to lay your fabric pieces up with the dark side up. I can't get the iron over here. A quick press on that, then flip it over. And that way you've got your seam towards the dark side. Okay. Any other questions on that yet? I want Honor to make sure she's got with us before we continue.
She's still muted.
I'm having technical difficulties, but give me another second and then I'll have one whole unit and then we can look at it.
Okay.
Thanks.
This is an interactive, so if you guys have a question, be sure and ask. Because that's the last thing I want to do is lose somebody along the way. Okay, now that I have those done, I'm going to is Vicky Brock on?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, yes, she said yes, Mom.
Okay, Vicky, thank you for showing us your block that you did.
Oh, you're welcome.
I borrowed your colors to do this sample block today because I thought it was so pretty.
Thanks.
Okay, these are all. And when you get to this point and you have them sewn and ironed, you want to trim off that little dog ear right there. So that this point is actually a point. And then when those are all trimmed, you can put your A reverse on them and sew those down. Let's see if I can find my A reverse.
Pull the two completed blocks out of a little farther away. Yeah.
I want to be like Fonz and Porter where one is sewing and one is stacking and
Like
ironing.
Allie's mom, I saw you hold a seam ripper up, but you were muted.
Honor?
Oh, Honor. Okay.
Yeah,
Unmute
so
yourself.
yeah, I had to go get my seam ripper. So Jack already came to the party.
Oh dear. Well, we'll feed him well.
Oh, Jack the Ripper. I like that reference.
Which is the corner that you're cutting off?
When you sew, I've already cut them all.
It's the point
you-
of the blue one, the skinny point.
When you fold this over and iron it to the dark, you're going to have a dog ear sticking out right here at the bottom point of V. And you want to trim that off. I've already done mine, but pretend like it's my finger and you go right along there and trim it off. So you have a nice smooth line.
Well, mine doesn't look like that.
Practice will get better. Let's see what yours looks like. Can you hold it up?
Overlap
Janeane?
at the bottom.
Hers is. Can you see hers, Mom?
Yeah, but that's okay. That's good because that's what it's supposed to look like. When you get to the bottom here,
I have a seam at the bottom. Yeah, overlapping at the bottom.
Yeah,
Because
you should.
you should, because this is your 1/4 inch seam allowance when you sew the next piece on.
Okay, well.
So the first piece right here should be right at the bottom. But when you sew your second onto it, you're going to have that seam and a 1/4 inch allowance.
Okay, well, up here, see right here where this meets up here, it doesn't meet up there. So should I have moved this further up?
No, because you need this bottom. This is the point is more important because that point actually, this is the top.
Uh-huh.
And that's going to be your point for the star.
Okay.
So if you have so much extra down here,
Mhm.
you might want to trim that off a little bit.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
But we'll have to, this piece should be, when this is done, should be equal to template C.
Okay,
So if you lay template C on top of it, it should be the same size.
okay.
And mine is a little bit big, so I need to trim the top edges too.
What if it's a little bit short?
If it's a little, how much a little bit short?
Just a scotch?
Then it should be fine.
Okay.
If you take your scant seams,
Uh-huh.
it'll work in.
Okay. All right. Maybe I'll do a more of a scant on the others to make it work just a little bit better.
See, that's how much I had to trim off of it.
Gotcha.
So let's see, are these all the right size? Nope, I need to trim those down too. Even though the instructions don't, I don't know if I put that in there. All of these pieces just about end up being the same as template C. So that's a good check for yourself. All right, any more questions about how to make the unit 1s?
Check me. I just need to cut the dog thingy off.
Yeah, that looks great.
Okay, thank you.
My templates have had better days. I was making this particular block way before we did it I did it in the group. And I think I made a couple dozen of these for the block swaps. So we cut a lot. All right, so if everybody's up to speed with the unit A's, the unit 1s. Clean my mess up a little bit here. I guess I'm going to need a couple of those for samples. We're going to take your.
Wait 1 second.
Okay.
When I'm doing my second one now, is it more important to line it up with the top part of the kite? Is that where I'm aiming to see, like right this, like that? Or do I scoot over
It's more
more?
important for the tail of the kite because this little point at the bottom,
Uh-huh,
let me get something to point at it. Right here,
okay,
that is the point of your star. This part gets sewn into,
So you can kind of.
can you see this piece right here?
yes,
That is the same as this piece right here.
yes.
I laid it on top. Nope, I've got it backwards. Like that. So the most important part is this point right here. This
Okay.
point. Because this one gets sewn in down here. And
Okay,
if it's a little bit off, a little short seam,
it'll be okay.
you can fudge that in a little bit. But if this one is off, you're going to cut that point off, which I've
Okay.
done plenty of times. But
Okay,
you want to try to be sure that you have at least 1/4 inch right here.
okay, let me measure that. Measuring ruler, I know you're in front of me. From the end of the point to the edge of the,
Yes.
okay. All right, I think I'm good. Thank you.
Okie doke. So now we're gonna make this, I don't know if you can tell, this part right here. Okay. Or this part right there. So take your fabric 2 and 3 and 4 that you're gonna cut into your squares, you're gonna cut on the diagonals. Make sure they're lined up. Either cut them individually. I like to stack and whack. If you're comfortable cutting more than one layer. And I have 4 of fabric 3. Now this fabric is the directional one. I have 4 layers of it.
And they're all facing the same way.
They're all facing up.
Well, the direction's all the same way
Oh,
when you
oh.
cut.
The directions. Yes. I got my lines all lined up together.
Are you all gonna use?
And y'all, that never happens to y'all, does it? Okay. If I turn these like this, actually, maybe I did do it right. Because this is my top. I turn it around. Huh. I made a liar out of myself. They're all going the same way. Some directional fabrics, it doesn't work. But you want them all going the same direction.
After you said that a while ago, I had cut pieces like that too. And when I first cut them last night, yeah, 2 of them were the opposite. So then I just turned it around before I cut them again. So now I have the matching ones.
Yeah,
So
so now you can make 2 blocks.
Yeah. So now I have them for when I do it again, just turn it the other way.
Okay. You're going to take a unit 1. Take this. And lay it right up against it like that. Fold it over and sew this seam. You're going to do that to every one of them. Go. Now, if you want to use the same color for this one and this one, you can certainly do that. That's what Vicki did in hers. She made them red all the way around. In the green block for Project Green, I used the same fabric all the way around. I think I did an honor in your block. But some of them you can do either way. When you're doing 2 colors, you're going to alternate them. I'll go ahead and stack them up to sew alternately. So I've got a
Vicky here.
stripe.
Actually,
Yes.
I did use two different fabrics, but they're very similar. So you have to look closely to see that they're different points.
Okay, but it has just a small variation in it.
Yes. Yeah. So it's a subtle difference.
But
But if you
it'll work, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, it was
Oh, yeah.
beautiful.
Oh, that's what Vicky, you used two different ones.
Two
Yes,
different.
yes.
ones.
I got
Yeah, you have to kind of zoom in on that picture to see it, but it is two different ones. Just a subtle difference.
Did
But
we
just
sew
enough of a difference.
the left seam or the right seam?
the right hand seam.
The right hand seam, okay, thank you.
If you sew the left seam, your points are going to be upside down.
Lay it again and then flip it over so they can see. Okay.
Can you show us a finished one? Okay, I get it.
No, just pull this one back over. So you lay it.
Like that.
Yeah.
And then you just flip it over.
And you sew which side?
This
This
side.
side.
Okay, thank you.
It's okay. You can stick your hand in here anytime. And I'm short one. It's in the pile somewhere. I'm actually short too.
Have you already sewn those?
Okay, what overlaps? Because I was sewing a triangle quilt for my niece and I had to stop because it looks all jackety wackety. So maybe this is going to help me. But so this is how I lined it up. But it's got that going on. So does that mean I need to rip it again?
Pull it back a little bit from the camera. And then say something to get you back in screen.
Yeah, she's
Okay. So do I need to
I think
resew
you
it?
got maybe a wrong triangle to that.
I didn't sew anything yet. I'm just trying to see
Oh.
how much overlap I'm supposed to have before I start.
there should be no overlap. They're the same
Oh, when
size.
you sew those together, they're the same. These are actually the same size.
Okay, well then
They're
I
both the same-
got a
they're both the
situation.
same as template C.
Okay, let me show you what I have. I have not the same. So does that mean I need to trim?
Trim the white edges, yes.
Or actually, it looks like I didn't put enough of a seam allowance. Look, I think I need to sew it with a bigger seam allowance.
Yes, do that.
Let me
On
do
that last seam, do a little extra seam allowance because
Okay.
you want to have your seam allowance
That's probably my biggest problem is that.
right here.
Does that look right?
Yes.
Thank you.
So let's go to the morning show.
Here's the one I want. So when they're sewed together, they will look like these.
Let me come back.
Get some of this stuff out of the way.
Yeah, this one's hard to see with it on half on the table, half on the.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what you got.
See several people still sewing and ironing.
Good.
Now,
I'm going to have so many of these red, white, and blue blocks when I'm done here.
did you sign up for the red, white, and blue?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Of course you did. Okay, we're better. We're not perfect, but we're better. What about this part that's overhanging here?
You can trim that off.
I can trim it off. So like basically square this block up to the C unit.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't trim all of mine down. I'm just gonna go ahead and zip these down while we're waiting.
Okay, will you
Anybody have
tell
any
me,
questions? Pop
tell me
up.
what I'm sewing again? Do I sew right where I've got it lined up, or you sew
You
along
wanna-
the long side or the short side?
You're sewing the center seam right here, which is gonna be the short side of the triangle.
Okay, let me unfold mine and look at
So-
it again.
Yeah, fold it and
Okay, so,
It's gonna be like they're butting up against each other.
okay.
And then
Oh,
you-
my spatial orientation is jacked up.
And then you fold it over and sew this seam right here, which will be the center line.
Okay, so that's going that way. And then this is going this way. And then I'm sewing. All right, now check me on this. So I'm going to sew this right here
Yes,
to there.
yes.
Okay, here I go.
You know, this would be so much easier in person. However, we would never get all of us together if we had to do it in person.
Oh, you know it.
So cool that we can do this.
I love it.
And it's an international class, you know.
Yeah. Yes, and that's awesome.
Okay.
Who else is out of country? Who else is not in the US besides Chantel?
Melanie's maybe watching us and she's going to look at it later. She's Canada.
Okay.
And Anne Grant's going to look at it later. She's Scotland, of course.
She is. How does she type that way, or does she use like voice and that's the
I think that's what she's typing. She sent me something really cool that wasn't the one that she sends in the main chat. And I was having to decipher it. It was fun.
she types in with an accent?
Yeah, I love it. Have you read her stuff? It's so fun to read.
She
I
types
called her one night.
phonically.
Yes. I accidentally group chatted her one night.
Oh,
You know
she's
how you
6
do that
hours.
dial? She was still awake.
She's 6 hours ahead, but she does stay up late. Okay, so
Yeah.
now do I do the other side or no?
No, that one is done.
So now go to another one and do
Now
the
go to
opposite.
another piece.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm slow.
I'd rather you be slow and be correct than have to rip it out and start over.
You got that right. Thank you.
Mine doesn't look like hers.
Let's see what you got.
I can't see it. And
Oh, sorry. I
there
can't-
we go.
No, but
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
It is right,
When you use different colors, it looks different.
right, but I think on honors, hers has a big overlap. I think she did the opposite side.
Well, then her star is going to spin the other way.
Yeah,
Ah,
As long as you do all of your pieces the same, it really doesn't matter. Although I did one backwards one time and it felt like I was going left-handed and I'm right-handed. Backwards to me. That doesn't mean it's backwards to anybody else.
Okay.
When you press these open, the dark side is considered your solid color, your seam, because it's easier not to press this seam open. That's a huge seam.
So are you saying on these, we're supposed to press our seams open on these?
No, over. I said open,
Oh.
but I meant over.
Okay, thank you.
You want to press this over.
That's exactly what I did. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And then trim your dog ears.
Stressing out.
Don't stress out. I heard that.
Sorry. I'm just stressing out a little bit here.
What's the worst that could happen?
Nothing. I just have to start over.
You start over or you get the ripper out?
Yep.
Are you gonna die?
No.
Is anybody gonna beat you up? No.
We're gonna curse, maybe.
I call this the practice block. This is basically to learn how to put it together. You can do the perfection block next time.
Yeah, because
That's
this one's
right.
sucking. This one is sucking. Yeah.
Now, can you tell that I did these? I did this one last night, so my stripes are going horizontally. These are the ones I just did, and my stripes are all going vertically. So this star will look a little bit different than that star when I'm finished.
Will you put them in the same block or a different block?
No, I'm making different blocks.
So you can keep them all consistent?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's just personal choice. If you
Okay.
want to have your stripes alternating, you certainly could.
Okay.
Well, let's see what that looks like when I get these done.
Once upon a time. What's the matter, Janie? You're just sitting there. You're muted, baby.
Well, I can't see anybody except whoever's talking.
Oh, I'm just waiting for you guys. That's all.
Okay. Okay, so if I decided to alternate these, I would have that. And
Oh, look at that.
that. And then that's a horizontal, so now I
How
need a
fast it's
vertical.
coming.
And I need a horizontal. And another red. Nope. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that one goes there. And then I need a vertical. If you hear strange noises, it's my trash man and my dog's barking at them.
It's fine. That looks good.
Okay. If I alternated my stripes, it makes it look like the whole block is going this way.
If you keep them the same,
But if I keep them the same,
you can pull this one over.
it shows that they're kind of spinning around. I've lost that one, but it's okay.
Okay. So when I'm sewing these together, I make one unit on the one side and then the other unit on the other side?
No, you make them exact.
No.
Your fabric 3s and fabric 4s
Uh-huh.
are sewn on the same side all the way around. If I stack all these up,
Uh-huh,
They stack exactly the same.
okay. So I sewed mine to the wrong side to start with.
Well, if you sew them, as long as you put them all the same way, you're gonna be all right.
Oh, Lord. Okay. I thought when y'all said the right seam that, but I don't know what I did. Okay. All right.
My camera might be inverted.
Okay.
But as long as
As long as they're all
Yeah.
consistent.
Okay.
all the solid colors are on one side, all the diamonds are on the other.
Okay. Diamond on. I have to just do mine the same way I did it. Otherwise, throw that guy away.
Well, sometimes when I'm cutting my pieces, I do cut enough extra ones that I can throw a few away. That happens to all of us. Oh, I'll put a bunch of them over here. No wonder I couldn't find all the little pieces.
Okay.
And these are the petites. And I guess these need to get, oh, are those extras? I don't know.
No, those will go to sewn to the ones that you have in your on the table still. That you have to have it sewn the other side too.
Okay.
We'll sort them out after.
Oh, yeah. Red. Right.
Regina, how are you doing?
Red. Striped.
I'm doing good. I
Okay.
got,
Show me something.
Red.
Oh, yeah, that looks good.
and then
Looks really
I'm
good. It looks
alternating
really
my
sucky.
colors. So I
Okay.
did
That looks
one
good.
red and then one blue.
Oh, I like that, Regina.
Yeah, I was doing
Really
I
pretty.
have two colors, so that's what I need to do as well. Okay, cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's your other horizontal that needs to go here, Mama. Oh, that one's sewed. Oh, okay. So all of these go with that one then, because there's 7 here.
I've got 7 here. I can make an 8.
It's around somewhere. We'll find it.
I have a
Okay.
question.
Yes, ma'am.
The young lady calling you mama,
Hello,
what's her name?
my name's Keely.
Keely. Okay. I might have missed it or something, but I just thought, nice to know who
Oh,
was talking.
Probably forgot to introduce her.
Yeah,
She's my camera person.
anytime the camera moves or jiggles or goes out of focus, that's my fault.
Regina, I like how you have all your embroidery hoops behind you on the wall.
Oh, my husband did that for me because I couldn't find him all the time, and I'd be looking and I'd have him down here helping me find him. He says, we're going to take care of this right now. And so he put a bar up there so I could hang him up, and it works wonderfully.
That is amazing. Okay, is everybody sewing or waiting? If everybody's done sewing, just give
I'm
me the
still
heads up.
sewing.
I'm still
done.
sewing, but I'm slow. Yeah, if y'all need to go on, I can just pause and go to the
Nope.
next step.
We've got just over an hour left. So,
I'm cutting fabric.
Okay, this
Oh.
is probably almost the hardest part. So as soon as we get past this, it'll be easy. And I'll just finish up my unit 1 while we're waiting.
Okay, I have one more question. I'm looking
Yes,
at
ma'am.
your blocks, and I guess I'm trying to ask you, what side was I supposed to match it to? Because it looks like I have the wrong side touching it.
When you had your unit C,
Yeah,
you're going to sew the short side to the short side of unit 1.
yeah. So I think that's what I did wrong. Why mine looks so jacky. Okay, Okay, I'm gonna
So
be
you've
ripping
got
this guy out.
That
Go
one's
away.
gonna pull one of those red triangles.
This is your unit 1. This is your unit C,
Okay,
and you put the 2 sides together like that.
okay, let me do that again, okay. Ugh.
Yeah, pull them apart just a little bit so she can. There we go.
Get them both up here on the.
Ew, that didn't do right. Okay,
Which one's bigger?
okay, now I got it, I was
If-
just
if-
turning it wrong. Okay. All right, I
Yeah,
think
you
we'll-
want the two 90-degree angles are gonna be meeting.
That's the situation that I was having. Thank you very much. Now I think I can cook with
Like one of
gas.
those magic tricks where you went,
Yeah, it's like, oh my lord. Now I think I'm got it.
okay.
Now I might actually have some improvement in my speed because I'm not stupid anymore.
You were never stupid. You were just ignorant, trying to learn how to put it together.
Oh, Lord.
Ignorance is easy.
You were just having a little bit of a scarecrow moment, remember?
Yeah, the
Oh, I
scare,
like that. Yeah.
the scarecrows. Now there goes my
Brain.
song. Cha 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 cha. Cha 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 cha.
The solid whites go with the
Solid whites.
peaks.
Oh yeah, now we
and
need to
the
make
white on
Halloween
white go
stars.
with the peaks.
Okay, 90-degree sides touching each other. I think we've got
Okay, you got a couple of those done or close to it?
one. We're on one. But hey, that looks better than the other one. Is that better?
That looks good. Yeah.
Because look at the other guy. He's retarded looking. It's like, what the heck?
Yeah.
there's a wrong side on that one.
Yeah, that one has the long side. That one's gonna.
That
get
one
you
was
jacked.
Wong. That was very Wong. Okay, now I know what I'm doing. Okay, here we go again. Well, that's just a huge difference when you turn it the right way.
It's a learning curve. You don't, and you got it.
Yep.
And with triangles, it's easy to turn them off.
That's why I needed, Janeane, I'm gonna have to talk to you one day about my niece's triangle quilt. Maybe you can help me unlock the secret code. Because it is
Well,
messed up.
I'll try, but I don't guarantee anything.
I'm pretty sure your brain works better than mine when it comes to triangles.
Well, that's what Keely tells me
Ah,
about quilting in general. I have quilt math in my head and she has real math.
yeah.
Very well.
We never figure anything the same way, but we come out with the same answer most of the time.
That's great. Okay, now let's take me back to square one because now I'm confused about this again.
Yeah.
What do I put by what?
Okay, next to the diamond, you want the short side of, so your
Okay,
white,
my diamond.
the long side of your white diamond, you
Uh-huh.
want the short side of your blue square, blue triangle.
Okie dokie.
Because your colors are backwards from mine.
I
Yes.
know. Why did I do that? Who knows? Okay.
Because we're all individuals. That's why you did that.
Okay. Now, let's try it again.
How many of you have got names for your sewing machines?
I need to name this one.
No, I don't want you to name it because they'll have a bad, it'll.
Oh, bad connotation.
Mine doesn't have a name. I just call her sweetheart.
Ooh.
That's good enough.
Okay.
That's a term of endearment.
Yeah.
So that works very well.
We only have bad names for Jack. He's a bad boy.
Oh, now Jack is our friend. If we didn't have him, we'd have to start over every time.
Yeah, but he's still not my friend.
Oh,
But
well,
he hasn't been dating me as much as he used to, so that's good.
okay, good deal. But I'm going to show you how to use Jack properly here in a minute.
Well, that'd be great. Because I'm certainly going to need to know that.
I have to tell you, ladies, that a long, long time ago, and I really mean a long, long time ago, because our daughter is 49 and I used to make her clothes. But when I took classes to learn to make her clothes, to make the pattern myself, the lady that taught said, now what you do is you put a seam ripper in every room in your house. That way you can set aside your ripping when you go in your bathroom, or if you're watching TV, wherever you are, you can rip.
Rip it, rip it, rip it.
Well,
First time my mother came to visit me, she said, when I was learning to do that, she said, Regina, did you know you left your seam ripper in the bathroom? I went, no, leave it there, leave it there.
That's my special one.
Ladies, you're gonna
I'm
think
gonna-
I'm nuts, but I don't use a seam ripper.
What do you do?
I use the blade of the rotary cutter, and I have more control over that than the seam ripper.
With a blade? You must have a little rotary cutter.
I have different size rotor cutters, but I take the blade off and hold it in my hand.
Ah!
No, Janie, no.
I've been doing this for years and I've never gotten cut. And
And now you're going to because you just jinxed yourself.
yes,
When I was a kid, I used to use a razor blade to do the same thing.
I
But
still
this-
do that. I still do that, but they're hard to find at Home Depot. And my husband bought me some and they were from China and not a single one was sharp.
Get this. Get this kind.
That was
Yes.
wicked.
That is
wicked.
my favorite kind.
Oh,
This will work.
And
Okay,
my
I'm gonna
best
show
friend
you something
Joyce,
real
who's
quick.
part of the group, she calls that ripper a lethal weapon.
Yeah.
It should be. You got get a new ripper every year because they get dull if you use them very
Right.
often, and you can't sharpen them. So
If
I
The other
pick out
kind
just-
that the other lady showed up just a minute ago, they're like a surgical,
Yeah.
you know, what the surgeons use. And you can get those at Menards or Home
Yeah.
Depot or Lowe's,
Yeah.
really cheap,
cheaper.
but they're sharp
Yeah.
because
okay,
Can you
that's
show
cool.
it to me again? I've never seen that one.
Who had that? Was that you, Honor?
Yes.
It
Yes.
says what
Can
does
I see
say?
it?
It's called Techno Cut.
yeah,
And it has a ruler on this side. And it's kind of
It's
like a little miniature
retractable.
X-Acto knife, retractable X-Acto knife, I guess, kind of. Except it
Yeah.
has a
And-
hook,
And
Like
where
a
did you
utility
get
knife.
that?
sharp hook.
I can
Where
use
did-
that to clean shrimp.
Yeah, you could.
We'll be right there.
Hey, look,
Okay.
this doesn't line up. What am I still doing wrong, guys? Just trim it some more.
Trim it a little bit. It's close enough.
Okay.
This
Yeah,
is
we're
the
down to
proper.
1 hour now.
You do whatever you want to do, but okay, thank you, Chantel. This is the way.
Just let's go ahead and I'll just go to the next step with you and I'll just watch the
Okay.
video because I'm slow.
But when you have to rip, see how this one has a little ball at the end? Am I in the right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the short one has a ball. That goes underneath the seam. The pointy one goes on top of the seam. Hold it between your fingers and you just push. This one isn't so sharp. And I just
Well,
ripped that
yeah.
seam.
That's
fast
way
that went?
easier.
And
I do 1 stitch at a time.
I know if you're picking them out like this, it
Yep,
takes
yep.
forever. But this, you just slide it between it. Technically, you're just sliding it right along that seam. It
Whoa.
comes right out.
Thank
Okay.
you. That will save me hours.
Uh-huh.
Okay, now we're going on to the next step. We've got our unit 1s and unit 2s together like this, right?
Yeah.
Pull these off the table.
Get all the extra ones off the table.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the trickiest. Once you get it, it's going to be really easy. But let me show you how to do this. You got to get your square.
We haven't cut that yet. So
I
talk
know.
to-
Get your square and cut it into an octagon. Take your octagon template. It lays right on top of that 5.5 inch square. And you can cut the corners off. If you can find your rotary cutter. If you don't have the template, you measure in whatever the measurement is, 5 and 1/4, 5 and a what?
2
I
1/4,
mean, you measure in 1 and
1
5/8 to both sides and draw it, and then you can cut it off. And then you have an octagon.
I believe it's 5.5.
Yeah, the
The
squares.
square is 5.5, and then
And then
Two.
2 1/4.
then you go 1 5/8 on each side, and that gives you 2 on each corner. My battery power or yours is at 15%.
Can you repeat that?
Measure in from the corner 1 5/8 inches on both sides of the corner, and that will cut. Then you cut that off, which will give you a 2 1/4 inch diagonal octagonal line.
Okay. I did mine different.
Well, as long as you get one, you're fine.
I did the 5.5 inch square, and then
Yeah.
I found the middle part. And then when I found the middle part, I went to each side of the middle part 1 1/8, and that gave me the exact 2 1/4.
That works.
And I did that on all 4 sides, and then I just connected the lines from left to right, and it gave me the exact measurement.
Your brain thinks differently than mine does, and that's quite all right. That's what my daughter and I do, everything differently.
Yeah, it worked though.
All right, I'm going to take this one that says, I'm going to use this one. What does this one says in the middle of it? Honor.
Oh.
Okay, you're going to line up your part C with the outside point on a line on the octagon. It's going to look weird, but that's where you're going to line it up. Does everyone see where I'm at?
Not yet.
You want this line to be straight all the way across.
Okay, that's my situation. It's going to take a while to get there.
It would be better if I put one of the dark colors on there.
You're leaving a dog ear at the end from your part C?
You will when you fold it over.
Okay.
You're going to fold this over on that 2 1/4 inch side.
Yeah.
Leaving your dog ear.
Yeah.
You're only going to sew about halfway down.
Okay.
You're going to leave about a 1/2 inch there at the end.
Okay.
Let me sew it and then I'll show you. You see the dog ear there? What did I say? Dog ear, dog hair? The little dog ear right here at the corner. I only sewed about halfway down. You're gonna leave an inch to a half an inch right here that's not sewn, right on this seam. This is the partial seam on that one page. You're sewing a partial seam right here. It's not really a Y seam. It's just a short little piece of a seam.
Would you do me a favor
Sure.
and lay it out how it's supposed to look and then fold your fabric over so I can see how you did that? Okay, it was like that. And you just folded your fabric over like that. Got it. All right. And then just sew part way from which end, the end where
point?
the point is.
You have to end with the dog
Yeah,
ear.
leave your little dog ear sticking out and sew down about halfway to an inch to a half an inch right here.
Okay.
Repeat one more time, please.
Yeah, and you have to keep talking because if the other people are talking, we can't see it.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Show it so you can kind of see the split. Oh, crackers. I moved your iPad, Mom.
okay. You're going to put your part C of unit 2 right against that line of your diagonal on the octagon. Right there. And then you turn it over. Line it up so you have a little dog ear. So your 1/4 inch line will be right at the notch of the dog ear. So down about a half an inch. That's what this one is. I sewed down about a half. I left about a half an inch. Okay. So this line, if I had a pencil, I'd mark it. Right here, and stop about a half an inch from the edge of the octagon. Any, if you have a question, if you don't get it, tell me, we'll do it again and again and again. It doesn't matter which color you start with at this point. You just want your unit C to lie right against the edge so that you can sew it. And you've got a piece left over. When you flip it over, it's sewn right there. Ideally, then you want to iron this back towards your octagon. The octagon is your dark. Just finger press that back so you get a nice smooth seam. Lay it flat, finger press. When you get that done, then you take your next piece, rotate that a little bit, line it up again at the corner. You're going to sew the straight line all the way down this time to the end of the next piece. You want a dog ear at this end and a dog ear at this end. Adjust them so that they're even or equal, so that you're going to have a little piece here and a little piece there. Fold it over, line it up, and sew it on. Honor, are you with me?
No, but I'm coming. I just got my stupid octagon right. Okay.
I'm not with you. Go back again, please.
Okay. To the octagon?
Uh-huh.
The first piece?
Yes.
Okay. First piece. You have your octagon. And you're going to lay this. It's going to look really weird. It's going to stick out way over here.
Okay.
You're going to put your
The
piece,
solid piece.
solid piece, the C piece, right against the octagon.
Okay, I
All
got
you're
that
gonna
now.
sew this much.
Okay.
you
Okay, I've
fold it-
got it on upside down or something because when I fold it over, let me see what it looked like after you fold it over.
This.
Okay, sew that on. All right,
Pull it
now pull your
right
other
that
piece
way on the
back
cutting
over.
board.
Say it again.
Pull that other piece where it's sewed and you finger pressed it now. And that's out there like,
But it's only sewn from here to here. This is the only
Right.
part that's sewn.
okay, because I think I did something like a boo-boo. Yeah, I did. I sewed the
Did you sew the wrong
wrong.
side?
Yes, I did. I'm
Let's
glad
see
that
what
I
you
leave
got.
Jack on my machine. Okay, this is what I did. Can you see?
That looks right.
That is right. Because
No.
you want this,
No.
Oh,
it's
the
not right.
points on that.
you want this point to the outside. This point.
Oh, it
Yeah,
is
it
to the outside.
Yeah, that's right.
But she
It
still-
is right?
Show me again. Hold your piece up again.
Yeah,
I can't see it. Can you see it?
I can see it. Oh, you
No, the
sewed
hexagon on the
sewed
wrong
this
side.
side on. You did this.
What I did.
Yeah, remove
Okay.
that and
So you did this.
I can't see you because Janie's up.
oh, I'm sorry. Where am I?
No, unmute yourself and I think she'll come back up.
Everybody should be muted except the person that's asking the question.
Okay. Okay, who am I talking to? Regina?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Regina, I think yours is this way so that your point is going that way. You need to rip it and rotate it.
Got it. Okay.
Because
Got
you
it.
sew it on the long side of your red piece. You need to sew it on the short side.
On the short side. Got it.
But that's a short piece to rip, so at least you didn't sew
Right.
all of them on.
Right.
Okay, anybody else have a question with that point? Okay, we've only got 45,
45.
about 40 more minutes.
40.
Okay, I gotta keep talking or I'll lose my thing. I'll go away. So you sew the first one on, short side point to an octagon side, sew it about halfway down. That gives you this piece that you're finger pressing towards the octagon. Your seam is going towards the octagon, which is the dark.
Okay. I'm with
All
you
right.
now, so I'm gonna try to do this while I watch you do this. The short side. There, okay, and so that's there. Oh, wait a minute, I gotta do it right side up. Da-dum. Go back to your right side up for a second. Okay, that's it, and I'm laying like that. Okay, so now I can turn it over, have to have a little wing. And so halfway, got it, okay.
Okay. When you fold it over, got your little wing or dog ear sticking out. So about halfway-ish down. You don't have to back tack or anything. This is just to hold it on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, does this look right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it
All
is.
right, it seems right, so just double checking.
Okay, now take your next color, if you're using alternate colors. Lie it with the long side of the piece, but the short side of your solid color or your color next to it like this. I need to move this.
Nope, you're good.
This way. Okay, has everybody got that laid, at least laid this way? We're sewing kind of like a round robin, but we're going around the octagon and we're going to sew one to each piece as we go around. So we're laying it down with the corner, the long corner here and the long corner here. And then we're going to flip it over. You'll have a dog ear on that end. If you don't have one here, drag it down a little bit so that you have a little dog ear on both sides. This is where I usually pin. I don't pin much making this, but I get to this point and I want to hold that steady. So I'll put a pin in. And a pin in there. And then you sew. Be sure that your needle goes right in that little notch where the dog ear is. Make a scant 1/4 inch seam. Cut my chargers off, and then we flip it over. Finger press back towards the octagon. Okay, any questions on that one?
Yes, I have one.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, do we sew that bit that we didn't, that we left that 1/2 inch? That's when we sew it together, or am I doing the triangle on the other side?
You're going to go on the other side. This is the last seam you're going to sew.
Okay.
The part you left open will be your last seam. You're going to the other side. Let me grab another one. Grab another octagon. Oh, you
Okay,
got
I got it now.
Okay, I'm gonna sew that little piece. I'm gonna sew just a partial seam on this one, in case anybody didn't quite get that. Okay, there's my partial seam. Finger press to the octagon. It buckled up on me there, bunched up a little bit. No. Okay. And then take your,
You want to take one of these
yes,
since it's the other stripe?
lay it down away from this side. You leave your loose side open, leave your loose side loose and go to the next side, flip it over, pin your little doggy ears in place.
Okay, don't sew that one yet because they're all sewing. So if they need you to show that in just a minute.
Okay.
Okay. Chantel, can you say something to bring it up so mom can see you?
Ta-da!
That looks right.
Oh, that is correct.
Do we go press now?
Yes.
Okay,
Press it towards the middle.
okay.
Got it. Anybody else got theirs that far?
No, you lost me here. Where you're adding that piece.
This second piece?
Yes. You're going to the right. Okay.
You might be going to the left if your pieces are opposite. But whatever side your loose piece is on, that your partial seam,
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm going to the
go
right.
opposite that.
Yep. Okay, thank you.
You are welcome. Let's see, I also have on my piece, instead of saying, it says honor and loyalty and bravery. I may have to send this one to you, Honor. If we're in the same group, you'll get it.
30 minutes.
I don't know if I'm in your group, but I'll swap you for it anyway. I got a Statue of Liberty I can swap to you because you're the queen.
Oh, cool. Have a crown.
Yeah.
This looks like Jack in the Box clown at this point. You know, here's his head and there's his little funny hat. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and sew a couple of these on. I'll leave this one alone, but I'm gonna sew this one for anybody who's watching, or I mean, who's ready. Okay, so I've got red, I've got stripe. Now I'm gonna add a red. We're gonna flip it over. Dog ear on both ends. I'm sure glad my dog doesn't have ears on both ends. They're being so good. They're in their crates. And I have a parrot who usually screams whenever we're talking, or laughs or makes noise, and she's being very quiet.
Does she usually say good words? Like a sailor?
She doesn't, yes, she does not know any bad words.
Okay.
She didn't hear those in her previous owners, and she doesn't hear them here.
All right.
She says funny, she makes funny sounds most of the time. She has sounds for all of us. My husband, when he comes home from work, he always goes like, whew, when he walks in the door. So whenever she sees him or hears him, that's the sound she makes.
Mm.
And he always says, going to bed. And so if he doesn't say that at night, she'll say, going to bed. But she never talks on command. So, all right. Yeah, I'm going to sew the next one. It's going to be my stripes. And this one has perpendicular stripes. Once you get this part down, you can sew all the way around your octagon without any trouble. Once you get the second piece on, you'll say, oh, that was easy.
Went ahead and did my 1, 2, 3rd piece. Does that look right?
Yes, all of your points are going out the right direction.
Okay. My next question is, when you're trying to get it to press, the little octagon thing doesn't want to lay real flat. Is that like I did a boo-boo somewhere?
Maybe just press it however it wants to go.
Okay. I can do that.
The good thing is when you actually get to the quilting stage,
Yes.
a lot of these funny ripples and puckers and tucks will all disappear.
Exactly. And I've got some of that flatten spray, and I use it sometimes when I can't get something to lay flat. I'll just spray a little of that on and it just goes nice and flat.
What's it called?
Flatten, Flatten.
Do you get it at a quilt store?
I ordered it from a Scarlet Thread because I watch them online all the time.
Nope, red one.
Is it similar to Best Press?
Nope.
No, because this you actually just put like where you want it to be flat. You know, like sometimes you have a bulge where your seam is. And if you spray right there where your seam is, and then press it, your seam will lay like super, super flat.
Really? I
Yeah.
wonder if
And
it's
before-
available in Canada.
I don't know, but if you go on a scarlet thread and it's 1T and scarlet, they have it, and I know you can order it from there because people from all over have ordered it from them. I'll go grab the bottle so you can see what it looks like.
That sounds like an amazing product.
Okay, Miss Janine,
Yes, Miss Honor.
I finally have a second unit that I can try to attach to my dilly bopper. So tell me where I start.
Okay. Do you have your octagon down?
Yes, I have it with one piece sewn to it. Now I'm ready to sew the next piece to it, I guess.
Okay. It goes opposite the loose end. Here's your loose end.
Okay.
Lay it.
Oh, Lord. Let me set this just a minute.
You want your points to come out from your octagon.
Okay, they are. Okay, so far anyway.
So the fat side of the kite is in and the skinny side of the kite is out.
Yeah, got that. Okay. Now my next piece, where do I put it? Because I'm just still trying to see what you're, so, okay. So now I'm turning and whatever point is touching there, that's what I'm gonna sew next.
You're gonna turn it down, and so it's gonna be a long seam from point to point.
Am I sewing part of this piece to it or this piece?
The long piece,
When you're holding it that way, the long side on the bottom is what you're sewing.
and you're sewing it to the short side of your solid over here. This long seam.
Let me turn my long seam. Okay. Am I supposed to
long
be
side.
on the next piece of the octagon, the next
On the next one,
one?
not
So
the loose side, but the side that's sewn down.
the side that's already sewn down, so that means I gotta go the other way. Okay,
Sounds like it.
let me do this again. Okay, so don't advance to this one. Go back to this one.
Yes.
Yes.
So go back. Okay.
And put the little point of your long side on the point of the octagon, and then it's going to end up on this end down here.
Okay. So now I'm gonna, ooh, that feels weird. So, okay, so I just sew it from, do I abut my point over my other point or?
No, the point of your kite, it doesn't hit that, does it? No.
No, this,
I was talking about the piece of this thing. Do I put this point?
that point goes at the point of the octagon. When you
At the
flip
point
it
of-
over, you want a little kite tail sticking out.
Little dog ear.
Okay,
Dog ear. Where did I say?
Because I called that.
but can I overlap it to my other one that I had already sewn on?
Yes. You're going to sew it right across to the second one. You're going to fold it over.
Okay, now
Okay.
she's looking.
Okay. Have a dog ear at this end. You're going to sew down
Okay.
the octagon and all the way down that piece.
Oh, all the way down the whole, wait a minute.
Yes.
But then I didn't put it on here right, because, what the crud. Okay, let me come back over here again. All right,
Okay, unfold it.
unfold yours one more time, please. Okay, so here's, all right. So I've got that right there. Okay, now I put this piece.
Pull this hand
Mine
back.
does not look like yours, of course. All right, and then take this one and put it. Okay, wait a minute. Okay,
And one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to take photo step by step as well.
good.
So this video we posted, but I'll also post photo instructions and I'll put that on the event page. So I'll probably get that up later today or tomorrow morning.
That'll help. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna now fold this, and so from here,
Hold that back up again. Say something on it.
Yep.
okay, so am I gonna fold this?
No, you've got it upside down. You've got the skinny point towards the octagon. You need the fat point towards the octagon.
You're right, thank you. Okay, now my red thing's touching that, okay? So then I do
Okay, pull back just a little bit.
this. And then sew it to all of this now? Like that?
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Oh, God. Okay, thank you. Woo. And
You
this is
got
what
it.
you said you pin it. Is this the one you said you pin?
Yes.
yes, I pinned those two ends together.
When it gets long like that. Okay, now I just have to unbury my pins. Pins, where are you?
Yep. Pinned it like right by each dog tail just so the ends stay in place as you're going across.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you to you and you.
You are so welcome.
Thank you.
What, how's that? You're welcome.
Yeah, from Moana.
That's it.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
All right, can you guys see this bottle?
Bottle.
It's called Flatten.
Flatter.
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 That's right,
Flatter
flatter.
me. Flatter me.
You know
with
how
that.
sometimes
Flatter
you
me.
buy material and it's got those horrible creases in it that you
Yeah.
iron it and can't get them out?
Yeah.
Spray a little of this on it, those creases come out. You don't soak it, you just mist it,
Missed it.
and it's wonderful. And a bottle,
Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh. Because
will
some
last
people
forever.
steam their blocks when they fold them before they mail them. And then I have those horrible creases I can't get out.
There you go.
That
This will
would
get
take
them
care
out.
of it.
That will take care of it.
Okay, I'm going to show you something terrible.
Okay, we've got 20 minutes.
Okay, this one is too short. Can you see that
Mm-hmm.
from folding this over?
There's no
Yes.
dog ear.
I don't have any little dog ears at either end. So I'm looking at it. This is kind of puckery. I may have to take this seam up a little bit and then trim this down just a hair to make it fit. Because if I don't have a dog ear out here, I'm going to lose my point when I trim it, square it up. It's better to lose it up here than down here. Did that make any sense?
In theory.
In theory, I'm all about the theory.
In other words, I'm not caught up to that, but I hear you.
It makes sense.
My pieces aren't lining up already, so that's why I said in theory. Okay, get your little scoochie boochie right there.
Your hoochie coochie.
Scoochie boochie. All right, now I'm going to sew this and then we're going to say, oh, you didn't do it right. Get Jack. Well, this is my learning one, so it's just going to be okay.
It doesn't seem like it, but we're almost done.
You're right.
Do I start sewing off of the octagon or at the octagon?
At the octagon. You want the whole seam sewed.
Okay. And then I'm sewing off onto the next piece.
All the way to the end of the next piece.
Okay.
The whole length of the base of that triangle, you're sewing all the way across.
Okay, here we try it. Here we see what happens. Okay, let's go.
So not quite, but I can fudge it. Did you know fudge is my favorite word?
That's a good one.
Fudge it.
Fudge, fudge, fudge it.
Fudge the budget. No.
Okay, do you want to finish sewing that one or just go ahead and pull the next one out? Just sew those last two pieces on.
The next one. I'll leave that one to show them.
Hey, it might look like something.
It's
Yeah.
working.
Woo!
Now do the same thing to the next one.
Okay.
I'm actually just about at the same point. Okay. Now which piece goes in
You need
here?
a red one.
I need a red one to finish this off.
With, yeah, that's the right blue.
Bum, bum, boo, la, 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 la.
Okay. I'm going to show you how to finish this off real quick, sort of. I'm to my last piece.
2 pieces. Wait,
No,
no.
it's my
Oh,
last
that one.
piece.
Okay.
I'm adding the last piece. When you do it just the way you're doing all the rest of them, be sure you leave this first piece you sewed. Make sure it's out of the way and you don't sew it down. Don't ask me how I know. You may have to put a pin in it to hold it back.
So I'm working my way backwards around the octagon.
Yep,
Yes,
all the way.
all the way around. You keep adding these pieces all the way around.
Okay, dokie. I might be catching on to this.
Do you-
I guess
That
I'll
one
just
long
bring-
enough?
Yeah, because I've already accidentally trimmed this in.
Okay.
I thought I heard Dad come home.
I thought I did too.
Getting antsy. Here for blowing.
Yep, 15 minutes.
With this group that's on here, can I ask a question? How
Yes,
many are
ma'am.
gonna go to the retreat in Colorado?
I am not.
Who said I am not?
Janine said I am not.
I am
Okay.
not.
I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed. Canada has got the borders closed tight.
Uh-oh.
I want to go when they do another one because I don't think I'm ready yet. I mean, I would like
go.
to, but I don't think I can yet.
I can't go because I'll be traveling. Hopefully go see the Grand Canyon, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
If
When
you've
is
never
it? I
seen the Grand
forgot.
Canyon, you should go.
Yeah,
When is the retreat? I have forgotten.
In April, somewhere in like maybe the 3rd week in April or something.
Right,
like
it's
that.
it's at my husband's birthday. I remember now.
Yeah.
Oh, next year?
Yeah.
No, I can't plan that far ahead. I would like to do a retreat in Missouri.
That's what I said to somebody.
Yeah, that's what we said yesterday. I would love it.
Yeah, that's more my speed.
Because Hamilton is about 5 or 6 hours from here. But
Right.
I don't mind driving that far. Colorado is much further.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
From here, it's, I took my daughter to get a dog. I know how far it is. It's a 10.5 hour drive.
Mm.
And if you want to take your sewing machine and stuff, you can't really fly with all that. I mean, I suppose
Right.
you can, but. All right, I'm to the last seam. I've added my last piece on right here. I'm back to my partial seam. That's all I have left on the octagon is that little tiny partial seam. So we're gonna fold the first piece over the last piece. Make sure you have a dog ear on the end. And you're gonna have to wiggle a little bit to get your pressure foot in there. And then you just complete this last seam. I know that's ahead of most of you, but I need to finish up before I run out of time. So I'm gonna pin a dog ear, pin a dog. My dogs wouldn't like that much. Oh, he's after bringing in trash cans. He's probably talking to the neighbors.
Doing something.
So. Hi, honey. Say hi, honey. Say hi, honey.
Hi.
Honey, you forgot honey.
Yeah.
Say hi, honey.
Otherwise, it's high mustard.
He had his earplugs in. He listens to books on tape or books on video or books on audio.
Books on video.
Good for
Well, books on something. Okay.
Sounds like my
I'm ready to
kid.
sew. I've got this little tiny piece right in here that I've got to kind of wiggle in, but that's that last partial, that's that first partial seam. And sew it all the way to the end. When you get to the end, you'll have all your seams together. There's your center part of your block.
Beautiful.
And then give it all a good press to get it as flatter as you can. I love that. I'm going to have to look for some of that flatter. Order some. I love steam when steam works. How much time, Keely?
10.
10 minutes, okay. My Keely took a vacation day, not for this, but it just happened that this worked out on the right day. So she's spending her vacation with us.
What is the dog?
My daughter.
Your daughter.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, me. I took a day off work.
good for
Thank
She
you.
you.
had already taken a day off for vacation, and we got to kidnap her. Okay,
Yay.
this is all pressed. Get that away.
They sell flatter on Amazon. I just looked it up.
Okay, very good. And when you get this part done, take your 12.5 ruler. And if things worked well, and they did not for me, it should be 12.5 to the outside of the pieces. So this one's going to be a little small. But you line it up and square it up as best you can. Try not to cut off your points. I got my ruler upside down. That probably would help. Yeah, mine's running right. It's almost a 1/2 inch short. Don't know how I did that. Sometimes that happens.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there a measurement for the corner piece to make it square? I didn't see it in the pattern.
That is the last piece. It's fabric 6. It's also a 4 3/8 inch square. And you cut it on the diagonal. It's two squares. You cut them on the diagonal.
Yeah.
So to correct this, I might sew a white strip on 4 sides, just a little piece, and then make my corner squares bigger. So it'll bring it out more.
Okay.
Ta-da!
Oh, wow.
Beautiful.
Back it
I
up a
love
little.
it.
Back it up so we can see it better.
Show everybody again.
They're
Oh,
perfect.
nice.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love it.
Toot,
Good
toot.
job, Chantel.
I'm gonna put my corners on now. Now ta-da again.
Ta-da again.
Then we got 15 minutes, ladies.
And we're just
Actually, I
about
keep
done.
the room open till 9:15, so really we have half an hour.
I didn't
wow.
get finished, but I went ahead and put a corner on just so I could see what it would look like.
Cute, Regina. I like it.
Beautiful.
So
That's
now I can
really
put the
cute.
rest of my pieces on around, but I
Yep.
wanted to see what it would look like with a corner.
Oh, you're
I like
you're
it.
brilliant.
I love
Marsha, I
it.
love those colors.
Ooh,
Marsha, that is cute.
oh, I love those. That's beautiful.
It's like a scrappy look.
Marsha, you're muted.
And then, and then all the things stand out
Uh-huh.
like a
I
flower.
can't see it.
Marcia,
I didn't know how to unmute. I'm unmuted.
There you
now.
go.
So, yeah, I did mine last night.
Good job.
That is gorgeous. Just gorgeous. I
I
love the
was-
materials.
I was watching you all trying to figure out, because I was there last night, but the instructions that were given are very, very good. So when you go do your second patch, get your instructions out and you'll be able to follow her. It's very well written. Yep. So while you were doing that, I was doing my fingernails.
No, you
white,
got
blue.
Color Street on. You
All
got
right.
Color Street on, right?
Yep, red, white, and blue.
Mhm.
Is that Color Street, Marcia?
Yes.
Do you sell
Yes.
it?
No, I just buy it.
Oh, I sell it
Oh,
because
do
I have
you?
it on too. Yes, I have it on
Ah.
too.
Well, I need to
Okay,
buy some
good.
from you, Regina. I'll have to talk to you later.
All right, I'll send you a catalog.
Sounds great.
Neat.
White strips and that.
Well,
Not over here.
All right, so show and tell time. You guys have already seen this one.
Hold it down.
Gorgeous.
There you go.
Beautiful.
So beautiful. I love
I
it.
copied this one from Vicky because she made hers a few days ago.
But when you change colors,
And even though I
It changed-
changed the colors a little bit, it still looks very similar to hers.
Mhm.
well, I'm thinking.
But these are like some of the black and batiks that I did.
Beautiful.
Ta-da! I love those.
Oh, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to keep talking to keep showing them.
Yeah.
let's
Well,
start.
Orange.
That one is, alternating colors with the little piece in it. This one is a variation. If you don't like making those little triangles and the little kite, this is just a solid section and a solid section.
Okay.
It just leaves out that extra point.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Okay.
And pull that like solid versus pieced.
Which
Yeah.
makes it a little easier if you're frustrated with the little points.
But it sure changes the difference in I mean, I like the look of both of them, but I like when you piece that other piece, I like the look that gives it more the twisted look, as you want to say.
Right.
Yes.
And when you're putting your corner pieces on, this is a problem that I had. This is biased and it stretches,
Uh-huh.
so it folds over. So when you press it, be sure you press it here first and then roll this over with your fingers to get it as flat as you can and then give it some steam.
Mhm.
Because
Okay.
if you just use your iron and press it over, it's going to stretch.
Yeah.
I had a big
Okay.
problem with that particular. This is why this one didn't go out. It had a problem. And then there's another of the black and batiks. It's a little small, so I kept it,
Cute though.
but I like it.
It's
This is
beautiful.
the very first one I made.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
These are Jenny Beyer batiks or fabrics. And it
Wow.
has a white background on it. And then I wanted to change it up because I like purple. And I did that. And then you've probably seen all the ones that I have on the page. But again, if you use something directional, you have to pay attention because these purples have stripes in them that go in one direction.
Uh-huh.
So I may have enough to make a whole quilt of just those.
And here's your other one that didn't have the twisty twist, but it's still beautiful for anybody that missed it earlier.
Yep, that I
I
love
love
that
that
fabric now that I used it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
totally love it.
So I have about 6 more of the black and batiks cut out that aren't sewn together. And I have probably 4 or 5 of these red, white, and blue ones cut out. That I may or may not use those in the swap. I don't know.
Okay.
They're beautiful.
The
Thank
face
you
is here.
for doing it.
Thank you. Very well done.
Thank you. How
Fabulous,
many people did
fabulous.
we finally have?
We
What?
had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
11.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then I know plenty more are watching it later because they're not even awake yet.
Yeah. I won't be participating on the swap because I had another swap. So if I'm done with mine, I asked Marissa if I could do one set of swap later on, but I also got recalled to work starting tomorrow.
Oh.
So I'm gonna try to do as much as I can and work late night. So, but I've
But
been,
you don't have to sign up. This is a July swap. You've got time to
yeah,
sign up.
but I started work, I have worked already booked for June. And then I got jury duty, June 11th through the 15th.
Oh my.
So, yeah, I guess it worked out for the best. I told her to take me off just in case, and sure enough, this popped up. So, but I will do my best, and I will do side swaps, whoever wants to.
Okay,
Okay, I love your
Chantel, I like.
beautiful. Back up just a little.
I
Back up
love
just
your
a little, Chantel.
demonstration, the video. It was
And
Oh,
post
I
your
love it.
post your finished ones on the Twisted Sister page when y'all get them done. Pretty
okay.
please. And mine's gonna be taking a little longer, as y'all could see.
I think we should post them on the whole, on the.
Oh, the quilt block swap page too? Yeah,
Yeah.
so We'll know
definitely.
how well these classes go, and maybe somebody else can do a different one. A
Right.
Bargello kind of practice.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah.
nice, because I just can't get those seams lined up myself or get them to go straight. They always have this bowing thing happening,
Mm.
so
Oh,
find out what people have difficulties with maybe and just put something together.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you, everybody, for working together to make this
well,
happen.
thank you very much. This was fun. And I hope
Yeah,
you guys all
I-
got it.
I enjoyed
Yeah.
it.
Not, message me and we'll keep working on it. Honor?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to you later. I gotta practice on it a little bit, and then I'll get back to you.
Who
Okay.
else finished their blocks?
Beg your pardon?
Did anybody
you.
else finish
Enjoyed
their
it.
blocks?
No, because I was pinning. I was pinning.
I'm watching.
So I did it in sections so I don't forget when I go put it together.
Very
Okay,
pretty.
It's all pinned,
Very pretty.
but this was just scrap fabric, and I'd rather mess with scrap fabric and then do the real thing later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what I usually do for my practice block is I use the same fabric. I use a whole bunch of Christmas fabric that's all the same in the box. And all my practice blocks are made with those. I now have about 13 blocks. So eventually I'll have a Christmas quilt,
Oh,
and it'll be from projects, and I'll remember who I made this block for and so it's attached, it's got memories attached to it too.
That's
So I'm
awesome.
excited.
that's a great
awesome.
idea.
Very nice.
Chantel, thank your sister for letting us do this.
Yes.
I will,
Yes,
I
please
will.
do. Please
Very
do.
appreciative.
Okay. All right.
Thank you,
then,
everybody.
We need to figure out, Jan, we need to figure out how to get us Missouri gals together for, if nothing else, for a day to sew together, because we're just 2 hours apart.
Yeah, we need to come up with something.
Yeah.
Maybe later in the year though. I'm pretty busy for the next couple of months.
Oh, yes, me too.
Yeah, winter
All right,
activity, right?
Does anybody have any more questions for me before I sign out?
Yes, who will be uploading? I guess Ally will be
Ally will do
uploading
it.
this video to YouTube.
Yeah, she'll do
YouTube's the
that.
best- Yeah, it's the best way to do it, and then and then just post the link in both
Keely
sides.
said she was gonna do some step-by-steps too.
Yeah, I'll do a photograph written instruction. I'll expand that out.
Thank you.
All
All
right.
right.
This was
Goodbye,
so
ladies.
great. Thank you, everybody.
Y'all have a great
Thank you
day.
for your participation. Adios, amigas.
Au
Janine,
revoir.
I'll call you later.
Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, Ally, come take it off. We're done.